Welcome everyone to this year's virtual awards presentation. While we can't be together this year to have lunch and visit with our colleagues, we are pleased to be able to once again recognize leadership and excellence in the mining industry. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Wagner Equipment, for making this video presentation possible. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dan Gibbs, Executive Director of the Department of Natural Resources, who will provide an update on the division's activities and present the awards for environmental stewardship. As Executive Director, Dan Gibbs leads the development and execution of the department's initiatives for the balanced management of the state's natural resources. Dan works on an array of issues pertaining to all of Colorado's natural resources, including water, wildlife, state lands, oil and gas, and mining. Dan is a respected collaborator and a strong proponent of building partnerships across agencies, nonprofits, and private sector organizations to improve the productivity and success of government operations and services. Prior to joining the Department of Natural Resources, Dan served as a Summit County Commissioner from 2010 to 2018. As County Commissioner, Dan successfully pushed for wildlife preparedness, affordable workforce housing, lower health insurance costs, and protection and improvements to transportation infrastructure. Prior to his tenure as commissioner, Dan served in the Colorado House of Representatives and in the Colorado State Senate, where he served on the Senate Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee. His legislative accomplishments include securing funding for wildlife mitigation and forest health, creating the Colorado Kids Outdoors Grant Program, supporting watershed health initiatives, and increasing environmental protections for wildlife from oil and gas development. Dan is a certified wildlife firefighter and is affiliated with the Ross system, through which he is on call to fight wildfires throughout the United States. He chaired the statewide Wildland Fire and Prescribed Fire Matters Advisory Council and represented county governments on the Forest Health Advisory Committee. Dan has served on a variety of civic boards, including the Search and Rescue Advisory, Legislative Sportsman Caucus, Tourism Office, Youth Corps Association, Friends of the Dillon Ranger District, and the Keystone Science School. Dan is a graduate of Western State Colorado University and completed the Harvard Kennedy School Senior Executives in State and Local Government program. He is also a Marshall Memorial Fellow. Dan enjoys all that living in the high country has to offer, including skiing, running, mountain biking, hunting, and fishing. He is a resident of Breckenridge, Colorado, where he lives with his family. Welcome, Dan.
I really appreciate you all inviting me to this year's CMA Awards. It seems like yesterday that you invited me for the awards when I first got this job about 2 years ago. It was absolutely wonderful to meet many of you. And again, I really appreciate this invitation. The Department of Natural Resources has been extremely busy over this past year. And I first want to say, I hope that you all are doing well. COVID-19 has been a real challenge, I know, for everyone. And it has been a challenge for the Department of Natural Resources, but we have still been able to accomplish a lot this past year. So, including, I just want to list a few items. We were able to pass and actually work towards reforming oil and gas in Colorado. Senate Bill 181 passed, and the Oil and Gas Conservation Commission, they've been working very hard with oil and gas operators, with the environmental community, with local governments to really try to find a sweet spot to get these rules in place. And they have achieved a lot over this past year. We also were successful in opening up our brand new state park, Fisher's Peak, located in Trinidad. It's just absolutely exciting. This is our 42nd state park, just amazing piece of property, about 19,200 acres of land. And I really hope you all put that on your list to visit Trinidad and our next state park. We are also working to update the Colorado Water Plan. It's just so critical right now. We still have thousands of people moving to the state of Colorado. So really, how Colorado plans for conservation, how they plan for additional storage, and how we work with the agriculture community and the recreation industry and local communities is so critically important. So we are continuing to work on updates to our Colorado Water Plan. And then a few other updates. We are working on sustainability for Parks and Wildlife for funding right now. Funding for Parks and Wildlife is really through an enterprise status. So when you go to a state park or you buy a hunting and fishing license, that's really the revenue that we have. And so we are working to build a more diverse portfolio for possible funding moving forward. And so it's just been very busy. We're also building outdoor regional partnerships to really deal with some of the ongoing conflict we see in certain parts of the state between outdoor recreation and wildlife and conservation. So those are just a few items I want to share with you. So on behalf of CMA, I'm definitely very pleased to present you awards for achievement in environmental stewardship. I have two entities I want to recognize right now. So number one, the 2020 Hard Rock Best of the Best goes to Henderson Mine and Mill, Climax Molybdenum Company, for their project, Henderson Mill Forest Management. I really have to applaud them. This is a work, they have taken the initiative to do proactive forest management around their property. You know, we are one lightning strike away, one unattended campfire, one more season of drought away from Colorado's next mega fire, and really appreciate their emphasis on proactive forest management. And they're going to be working with Colorado State Forest Service to have a forest management plan in place too. So congratulations, Climax Molybdenum Company, on that. The next award I'd like to recognize is for the 2020 Coal Best of the Best goes to West Elk Mine, Mountain Coal Company, for their project, Coal Mine Methane Mobile Flare. So Mountain Coal Company voluntarily installed a mobile flaring unit to capture methane, thereby reducing greenhouse gases. And Mountain Coal is generating emissions offset credits that are listed with the American Carbon Registry and operate under California's cap and trade program. This is not only diffuses the costs, but importantly serves as a national model for carbon offsets. So congratulations, Mountain Coal Company. And just to wrap this up, you know, congratulations both to the Mountain Coal Company and also to Climax Molybdenum Company for your leadership, and also to industry-wide. I recognize that we have about 98% regulatory compliance rate in Colorado. That's really tremendous, and really want to congratulate you all for working with us and having a stellar record in terms of regulatory compliance. My hope is that I'll be able to see you all next year in person at this award, and really appreciate again this invitation to participate with you all. I hope you all are well, and thank you again.
On behalf of CMA and the Colorado Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety, I am pleased to present the operations who, over the past year, encouraged the enhancement of reclamation science. In the category of overcoming a unique challenge, we recognize Climax Mine's achievement in the Lake Irwin wetland mitigation. The Lake Irwin wetland mitigation involves restoration of wetlands through the construction of Lake Irwin to mitigate for disturbance due to the expansion of an existing tailing storage facility at McNulty Gulch. Lake Irwin is an area of perennially ponded water located on a former, mostly reclaimed tailing storage facility. Lake Irwin is in an area heavily disturbed by previous mine-related activity, with several intermittent and perennial channels and springs flowing towards the lake, and maintains relatively constant water surface area throughout the growing season and even in dry water years. There is no defined outlet for the lake, and the inflow is balanced by infiltration into the subsurface and evaporation. Wetland plants have naturally invaded portions of the shoreline of the lake that is adjacent to the natural hillside. The Lake Irwin wetland mitigation involves the creation of 3 wetland aquatic habitat types: a shallow aquatic bed, an emergent wetland, and a scrub-shrub wetland, with the majority of the site being scrub-shrub wetland. The design will take advantage of the water inflows in the area to sustain wetland aquatic habitats with connectivity to adjacent native landscapes. Wetland plants, including transplants, willow cuttings, and canterized nursery stock and soil, are salvaged from the McNulty Gulch. Through Beekey's water consultants, Climax developed a final compensatory mitigation and monitoring plan for mitigation to be provided by Climax Molybdenum Company to compensate for impacts of waters of the U.S. due to the expansion of the overburn facility in McNulty Gulch. Climax submitted an application to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for an individual Section 404 permit and a technical revision application to DRMS for this project. So congratulations to the Climax mine. In the category of advanced technology or attempted technology to improve the reclamation process, we recognize Trapper Mine's achievement in continued bond release success. Trapper had much success in achieving bond release during 2020. Trapper received approval for bond releases in all three phases. Bond release number 20 was a phase 3 bond release. Bond release number 21 was a phase 1 bond release, and bond release number 22 was a phase 2 bond release. Trapper also completed its first year of 2 for another phase 3 bond release, number 23. In 2020, Trapper received phase 3 bond release of 162.1 acres, phase 1 bond release on 298.3 acres, and phase 2 bond release of 175 acres. In addition, Trapper completed vegetation sampling for phase 3 bond release of an additional 265.4 acres. Trapper continues to submit bond releases each year with each phase of bond release on a 3-year rotation to promote continued liability release at the site. This ensures that every 2 years, new areas of reclamation receive phase 1 bond release. Phase 2 areas are selected after a few growing seasons and interim vegetation sampling to determine eligible partials. Phase 3 partials typically begin the 2-year sampling process as they reach 8 or 9 years old. Trapper maintains an active and continuous vegetation sampling program on all reclaimed partials in order to attain the required standards. This also allows for early detection of potential revegetation issues and active management of partials. Trapper life of mine reclamation statistics include 6,828 total acres of disturbance, 4,745 acres of reclamation, 3,592 acres of the total 4,745 acres, or 75% of the reclamation, has attained phase 3 bond release. 4,585 acres have achieved phase 1, and 4,491 acres have achieved phase 2. So congratulations to the Trapper mine. In the category of phase 3 final bond release and termination of jurisdiction, we recognize Coal Ridge Mine. The Coal Ridge Mine was originally permitted by Newcastle Energy Corporation in 1985. The permit was transferred to NCIG Financial Incorporated in 1991. The Coal Ridge Mine permit was then transferred to the current operator, CB Minerals LLC, in 2002. Coal Ridge was developed as a room and pillar operation utilizing hydraulic mining techniques which utilized high-pressure jets for cutting and breaking coal for extraction. Development operations commenced in October 1986 and encompassed 272 acres. 2 portals were constructed approximately 500 feet into the hillside. Development operations discontinued in March 1987, and reclamation operations were initiated in 1994. Reclamation for Coal Ridge involves sealing, backfilling, and regrading the portal areas to blend in with the pre-existing topography. A concrete wall section was constructed across the portals, which were then covered by backfill. Facilities were demolished and backfill and grading activities were accomplished. Disturbed areas were topsoil seeded in compliance with the final reclamation specifications, and the sediment control structures were the final features to be reclaimed at the Coal Ridge Mine during the fall of 2015. Final bond release and termination of jurisdiction was issued on September 1st, 2020. Congratulations to the Coal Ridge Mine. The Dr. James A. Pendleton Mineland Reclamation Award honors the memory of Dr. Pendleton, principal scientist with the Division in Reclamation and Mining and Safety. And as a principal engineering geologist, mentor, and trainer, Jim provided valuable guidance to the programs in geotechnical engineering, mountain scar reclamation, mine subsidence, and resolution of issues of controversial mining operations. The Pendleton Award is presented by the Division and honors substantial achievements in mining and reclamation in the state of Colorado. This year, we are proud to honor Forrest Luke of Trapper Mining as the recipient of the 2020 Dr. James A. Pendleton Award. Prior to his recent retirement at the end of 2020, Mr. Luke had served as the Manager of Environmental and External Affairs at Trapper Mining for the past 28 years. Mr. Luke's position at Trapper Mine included responsibility for all reclamation activities, environmental permitting and compliance issues, management of Trapper lands, and various government and community relations duties. Under Mr. Luke's direction, Trapper Mine maintains a nationally recognized reclamation program that was presented in 2002 with the Federal Office of Surface Mining's bronze medal as one of the 3 best examples of mine land reclamation in the past 25-year history of the modern surface mining era. Trapper continues to receive national and state reclamation and community relation awards on virtually an annual basis. Under Mr. Luke's direction, the Trapper Mine serves as a model for other natural resource extraction industries as they have successfully established vibrant rangeland habitat on former mine land that supports a diverse array of wildlife and plant species. In addition to the noteworthy reclamation accomplishments at the Trapper Mine, Mr. Luke and the mine staff developed environmentally protective operation overcoming the many challenges of mining in the Rocky Mountains. With a strong environmental ethic and a commitment to regulatory compliance, Mr. Luke and the staff at the mine have developed a strong partnership with working relationship with the Colorado Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety. In addition, Mr. Luke has served on the Colorado Mineland Reclamation Board since March of 2013. His experience in the mine regulatory environment and his wisdom and fairness has been an invaluable asset to the board. Mr. Luke currently serves on the Board of Trustees of the Memorial Hospital in Craig and previously as Vice Chair of the Yampa White Green Rivers Basin Roundtable. He served for 10 years as Chairman of the Colorado Mining Association Coal Committee and recently served a term as President of the Northwest Colorado Energy Producers Association. Mr. Luke received the St. Barbara Award, given annually by the Colorado mining industry to one person who has made a significant contribution to the success of mining in Colorado. Finally, Forrest was presented a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Society of Mining and Reclamation for his contributions to the field of mineland reclamation. So congratulations to Forrest.
On behalf of the CMA and the Colorado Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety, I'm pleased to present the individuals, teams, and companies who over the past year demonstrated improved safety achievement, program safety technology, impactful safety training, and best practices in the field of mine safety and health. In the category of individuals with 30-plus years of continuous safety performance, we recognize Marvin Reynolds with Colorado Coal Company. Marvin began his mining career with the company in July of 1990. He was hired on as an equipment operator and quickly moved to the plant as a crusher operator. Later, Marvin received his certification as a Colorado surface mine foreman and was promoted to the position as lead man for his crew. Marvin served several years in that position and was promoted to his current role of coal shipping supervisor in June of 2015. Marvin said that one of his proudest achievements, in addition to working 30 years without an injury, has been getting the new column crusher up and running. Congratulations, Marvin. Great job, and we wish you many more years of safe work. In the category of outstanding safety performance, we recognize Trapper Mine's achievement in total incident rate. In 2020, Trapper Mine was presented with a very unique operating situation due to the COVID-19 pandemic. While not unique in that the entire world was dealing with COVID-19, Trapper, along with other mine operators, were deemed essential workplaces for their role in energy production. State and federal regulators made energy production a top priority to ensure reliability of the electrical grid during a time when very little was known about a virus that has had far-reaching effects on all of our everyday lives. With the added emphasis on energy production, Trapper employees were introduced to pre-job briefs, which are used in formalized settings with documentation by all that will be involved with the task, and in informal settings when employees spend a brief period discussing tasks with no formal documentation. Pre-job briefs are designed to be a simple process to have employees constantly evaluating and reevaluating the tasks to ensure they are being performed in the safest manner possible. Pre-job briefs, along with our employees' commitment to Trapper's safety credo of safety first, production will follow, has allowed us to maintain a safe and productive work environment in a year that has presented huge challenges, not only in the mining industry, but in their personal lives. As a result of putting safety first, Trapper achieved a 2020 total incident rate of 2.27, and they look forward to continuing to make Trapper a safe and productive place to work in 2021. In the category of outstanding safety performance, we recognize Kalawao Coal Company's achievement in total incident rate and non-fatal days lost rate. Kalawao employees worked 407,418 hours plus 49,321 contract hours for a grand total of 456,739 hours. In 2020, Kalawao experienced 5 lost time accidents and 1 reportable accident. Contractors at Kalawao had no lost time or reportable accidents. This gives Kalawao and its contractors a total combined incident rate of 2.63. Congratulations to Kalawao Coal Company. In the category of outstanding safety performance, we recognize Mountain Coal Company's achievements in total incident rate. In 2020, the employees of Mountain Coal Company achieved a total reportable incident rate of 0.99. The reported medical injuries, lost time injuries, illnesses, and hours worked included contractors that directly reported to West Elk Mine employees. The incident rate includes 3 lost time injuries that occurred in 2020. Total hours worked during the calendar year were 607,388 hours. The success is attributed to the employees' involvement and participation in the mine's behavior-based safety process and their ability to stop a task at any time they feel the need to reevaluate an exposure. The mine's motto is, "Home safely, everyone, every day," where employees are expected to return home safely, injury-free after every shift. In the category of outstanding safety performance, we recognize Peabody's achievements in total incident rate. Peabody's Foydell Creek mine, also known as the 20 Mile Mine, has been incident-free since December 5th of 2019 and never went an entire year with 0 accidents until 2020. The mine started production in October 1983 and was acquired by Peabody in 2004. 20 Mile has been honored with 8 Peabody President's Awards since the acquisition. The award is given annually to the safest underground mine within Peabody's America Mines. 20 Mile's entire team has played a huge role in having the unprecedented 0 accidents result in the achievements of 2020. There are multiple factors that played a key role in the mine's safety in 2020. 20 Mile has many policies and procedures in place to drive the safety culture, but the emphasis on individual safety behavior is the key driver of the safety program. Frontline risk assessments, peer-to-peer observations, and near-miss reporting results in 20 Mile workforces assessing the hazards of each task and identifying the controls required to mitigate the hazards of those tasks. 20 Mile's safety program focuses on one task at a time. Congratulations to Peabody for such an impressive safety record in 2020.